All right, y'all, get ready with me. Um, do a little makeup while I give y'all a story time of how me and my sister got put in that police car when we was like, we had to be either 9 and 10 or either 10 and 11. Yeah. So, y'all, my shit always goes missing in this house. And I know ain't nobody got it but my daughter, because she's the only other female. And I asked her if she seen it. She talking about, no, well, did it pick up fucking feet and walk away? But I digress. I'm going to use some other shit. I don't really like this, but I'm going to use it. And I'm going to try to tell this story in under 10 minutes, because nobody want to do no part two, you know? So, me and my sister, like I said, either 10 and 11 or 9 and 10. You know, we didn't grow up with much as kids or whatever. So, me and her made this little plot. Now, we was finna go get us some shit for school or whatnot. And it was, you know, it wasn't no candy and stuff like that. It was clothes and stuff, you know? Clothes and stuff, you know, important shit, you know? Not no BS. So, I don't know how we got there. Don't get me wrong, I don't know how we got there. But, we go to Family Dollar, right? Look at this. I hate these eyebrow pencils. We go to Family Dollar, right? And so we just pretty much loading up on shit, you know. And at some point, you know, we are, even though we children, we kind of peeping the scene. We only seen like one worker or whatever. So, you know, we doing our big one. Then before long, that one worker, she disappeared off the floor. So, baby, we were loading up. We putting shit in our panties, in our socks. You name it, baby. If it can fit up in there, it's going. Now, I don't know what we look like from the front and from behind, but, baby, we didn't give a damn. We were loading up. And at some point, we were so consumed on getting as many items as we could get, we didn't notice that the worker had came back out. Okay? So, we still doing our big one, you know. Now, at this time, you know, I'm much taller than my sister. My sister is short, and she's mixed, so she's half white, and I'm completely a Negro, okay? So, at this point, we done got all the shit that we done got, you know? And we look at each other, and we like, you know, we got a conscious mind together. We like, it's time to hit the road. Hit the road time, okay? So, she's walking ahead of me at a little faster pace, and I'm walking. I'm pigeon-toting a little slew-footed. So, I'm walking a little slower. And so, next thing you know, a worker stopped me. And they like, come with me. And I was a very sensitive, sweet kid back then. So, I didn't know what the hell she wanted with me. So, I immediately began to tear up. And I'm tearing up because I got scared because I know I'm doing some stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing. But I'm also tearing up because my sister is close to the door. So the woman begins to say, well, we caught you on camera. You're stealing. We need you to empty out your pockets and stuff. And I'm like, what? Y'all should have seen my face. I'm balled up. I'm really getting ready to cry. So I'm a kid. So what do? I ain't been stealing. I ain't got none. You know, looking all crazy in the face. Looking all crazy in the face, y'all. When I say looking crazy, I can just imagine. I wish I could have been a fly on that wall to see how I was actually looking. I bet y'all was an ugly mess. And you know, I'm steady saying, no, I ain't seen. She said, yes, y'all, we saw you on camera. So I'm thinking in my head, because I ain't no dummy now. If you seen me on camera stealing, then you seen my motherfucking sister. But like I said, listen, this was a white employee. My sister is half black and half white. So that little hoe could pass for white. She was just that, you know what I'm saying? She was just that light. I mean, we used to call her white bread and shit. I'm telling you, she was white, for real. No shade. So I'm boohooing and I'm crying and stuff. And then another employee comes from out of the fucking blue, because I hadn't seen that hoe. And she tells her to call the police. So, when they said police, bitch, I am bawling. Do you hear me? And then I look over and my sister was just opening up the door. She was finna escape that motherfucker. But y'all know me. I was a little snitch back then. I ain't want to get in trouble by my damn self. So with my face full of snot crying, I pointed towards that door. I said, she got some too. Y'all, I was a fucking snitch. Do you hear me? I did not want to get a whooping by myself. I'm like, what? And when I thought about it when I got old, I was like, damn, that was kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I did what I had to do in that time, you know? And at that moment, my sister looked at me with the most chilling eyes. And I know she was thinking in her head, that bitch told. I know she was. She probably hated me for a long time for that. And at this point, I don't know if the other worker ran over towards her or caught her right outside the door and made her come back or whatever. So they made us empty out all our clothes and stuff. I want to say right there, I don't even know if they took us to the back. Keep in mind, I don't know where my grandma was at. I have no earthly idea. Like I said, I don't even know how we got to that store. I have no idea. But I know they called the police. I know that. And I know somebody came. I think it was my grandma. I'm telling y'all, this was over 20 years ago. You know, so I'm just going off vague memory or whatever. But I just remember, like, I was scared as fuck in that moment. And I know my sister probably was too. And then I fucking snitched, y'all. And they put us in the back of them cars, in that car, police car. And I believe she cussed me out in there. I can't quite remember the details, a little fuzzy from then. But I believe she cussed my black ass out. No, hey, for real. And now that I'm thinking about it, I believe we walked to that store. That's why I said I can't remember my grandma and stuff because she wasn't there. We walked to that damn store to steal for school. It was for good reason, you know. And y'all can just imagine what actually happened when we got home. Belt to ass. Definitely belt to ass, y'all. And I know I cried up a storm. I don't even believe my sister cried. I believe I'm telling you, my sister was the little something back in the day. Now the reverse, I can't even talk. Now the roles have kind of reversed. And, you know, I'm a little bit more tougher and she's a little bit more subdued and laid back. But yeah, baby, we did some foolish shit as kids. And I know we not the only ones. And I got plenty more story times if y'all want to hear another one. Woo. But yeah, I'm almost done with my makeup. I'm going to show y'all the final look in a minute. So this is the final look. Not too much. Something simple. Yeah. And more of the story. If you're going to steal by your damn self. Because if I see you, I'm telling.